Well, the Johnson & Johnson vaccine could be getting ready to be made available to the public, increasing hopes of some return to normal. And joining us this morning with a look at some of the new developments is Dr. Christopher Thompson from Loyola University. Thanks for joining us this morning.
Thanks for having me back.
So tell us your thoughts on this new vaccine from Johnson & Johnson.
Yeah, so actually there's some really great news about it. First of all, it's only a single dose, which I think everyone would be excited about. And it's also doesn't have the same cold storage requirements that we see with the Moderna vaccine and with the other mRNA vaccines. So this is pretty exciting. It's also based upon some technology that's a bit more traditional. And so hopefully we'll have a few less concerns about that one.
Are there going to be some jealousy among people? Like, which one did you get? I got the Moderna. I got the Johnson & Johnson. Like, does it really matter as long as people get vaccinated?
Yeah, I mean, there's some small variances. Some people are going to tolerate some better than others, and the Johnson & Johnson one looks to be slightly less effective, like maybe 85% versus 95%, but they're all still great choices.
So what are some of the concerns now over these new variants that have been detected in Maryland?
Yeah, so there are a couple of big concerns. The first one is that maybe the vaccines won't work. We've done some preliminary research and it looks like it will be pretty effective. The vaccines will be pretty effective against these new variants. Another major concern is treatment. And in some cases, especially the South African variant, look a little bit harder to treat with the current therapies we have. So that makes us a little nervous. And all of these seem to be more transmissible, which means more people getting it, which means more people getting severe disease, which means more death. And that's really scary stuff. And unfortunately, we've seen a whole bunch of the variants here in Maryland.
Well, and it sounds like, though, that the folks that are researching these vaccines are trying to figure out what they can do to make an impact on these variants.
Exactly. Yeah. And so again, we have a good baseline where we still have some protection, but these mRNA-based vaccines are so quick to produce that we can really ramp it up once we get a vaccine made. The Moderna vaccine was created in a weekend. All the rest of the time was spent testing it for safety issues. So I think we can make a new vaccine pretty quickly if it comes to that. But for right now, we still get some good protection.
Okay, and when it comes to supply, that is still the major issue that we're hearing about, not just in Maryland, but across the country. When do you see that really changing? We just open up these mass vaccination sites, but what good does it do if there's not supply?
Exactly. And, you know, Baltimore City for the entire month isn't even taking second or first dose vaccination appointments. So we have a real problem with the supply chain. I don't know how quickly that's going to change. There's a lot of moving parts in there. And no matter how fast it changes, it's not going to be fast enough for us. So it's hard to predict. You know, I'm hopeful that in the next few months we can get a huge number of vaccines out there, but so many moving pieces, that's still up in the air.
And so many different parts of the information that keeps getting out there in terms of how many people need to be vaccinated to reach that herd immunity. So what are we looking at right now?
Yeah, so that's one of the disheartening pieces for me. So we're looking at 70 to 85% of the population needs to be vaccinated or be immune in order to get herd immunity, which means that there's probably not enough room for the vaccine to keep spreading. About 22% of the nation's population is children who are not getting vaccinated. And then we have about 5% of people who the vaccine just won't be very protective for. We're already down at that bottom threshold. And now if we have people not getting the vaccine, it's going to be really problematic. So we really need to double down on our efforts to prevent the spread. So that's masking, that's hand washing, social distancing, all the same things we've been doing. We need to really double down on this, especially with the new variants coming out.
And that's just talking about the United States. That's not even talking about what needs to happen worldwide. All right, Dr. Thompson, thank you so much for joining us. Always good to catch up with you.
My pleasure. Thank you so much.
All right, have fun in the snow.
Stay safe.